Hey y'all, welcome to the Feeling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, y'all, let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could, please like, share, comment, all of that. Subscribe because we learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at the VIX, and as you can see, y'all, the VIX was up here at this $22.40 range, and we are back now. Let's see, back in this support at around 1936. Now, breaking that, there's a few layers, but the one that I would be interested, concerned about is down here around the 1922. If we should break that 1922, we can come back down to this 1905 area, which is here. Breaking the 1905, we can come back, find support at 1886, and if we should break that, I have that 1870 and the 1871 200 EMA in our area that I had marked previously. So we definitely need to watch this 1871 because we can come down here and bounce, and move back to the upside again. Anything is possible, y'all. So back to the upside, if by chance we break back above 1956, we can find, have trouble again around 1970, breaking the 1985. If we should not break the 1985 for the VIX, $20.01 will be an area that I would watch. Now, again, I look at the VIX because it kind of gives me an idea of what's going on with the SPY. And we are now looking at the SPY. So as you can see, we closed at 594.18. Looks like we've made a pre-market high of 597.63 thus far, and it's interesting. We broke out of a gathering spot only to come, we're moving up. Knew we could have possible trouble at around 597.72. We stopped at 597.63. So where are the trouble places for the SPY as of right now? Let's say that, right? So if we should break back above 597.72, we could possibly have trouble again at 597.63. Again at 598.24. Again, that's a much smaller scale because when I'm in the trade, I need to know where my trouble places are. Those are areas we've gotten, rejected before. So above 598.29, we could possibly have trouble around 598.98. Again at 599.23, breaking at 599.23, 599.57 could be a trouble place for us. And if we should break that $600.14, breaking the 614, $600.38 will be another trouble place, possible trouble place. Let's say that, right? So if you're trading the SPY today, those are areas, that I would watch to the upside. Now, to the downside, let's say, for if we should come back under the 5 EMA as of now, is at the 596.49. If we should come back under 595.97, we could possibly have support around 595.32, breaking the 595.32. I have that 595.16 as an area that I definitely need to watch. So there's a few layers as we see here. So I would watch the SPY under 594.96. Breaking that, we can come back to 594.37. There's a few layers here. Under that 594.37, we have the 200 EMAs around the 593 area. I have the, I have the 593.85, and we are at 593.80, it looks like. Yes, so we definitely need to watch this 593.85, 593.80 area because that is where our ATR trailing stop is forming, our 200 EMA on this 30-minute chart, and a previous support or resistance area that I had marked. So again, 593.85, I would watch that area, not financial advice. If we should break that, we can come back to the 592.89 or the 592.62. If we should lose that area, I would watch the 591.94 for the SPY. Again, these are just areas that I would watch, not financial advice, but the market should be interesting. Just keep in mind, we had a strong move up, strong move down. It seems like it's trying to go back to the upside. Is this a strong move that's going to continue, keep us going? Or is this one of those, okay, it went up and then it's going to fall down harder? That's something to be mindful of. Pay attention. We trade what we see. I say that so often, trade what you see. So we are now looking at NVDA. NVDA closed at 124.92. And as you can see, price was gathered in this area here. Our support area was around 128.82. Resistance was 124.41. We need to remember those because that was the zone that we were trading in before. Looks like we've tried to break through that only to, that 124.97. We've gotten rejected at this area, which we knew that we possibly could. Price has been at this area before. So if we should get back to this area and break through the 124.97, we could possibly have trouble 125.50. And if we should break that again at 125.82 could be a resistance area. If we should break that level, 126, breaking the 126 area, 126.45, and the 200 EMA as of now is around the 126.65. That is a trouble place, as well as the 126.89. So if you're trading NVDA, those are areas to the upside that I would watch as possible trouble places. Now back to the downside, let's say under 123.82, we could very well find support here, 123.46, again at 123.19, 122.87. There's a few layers, 122.64. So there's a lot of layers here that we could possibly find support. My concern would be at the ATR trailing stop at the 122.36, which is not far, as you can see, from a 122.28 area that I had marked. So we definitely need to watch that area for a possible support. Again, I think the ATR trailing stop, in my opinion, is a strong support area or a strong resistance area. So breaking this level, we can come back to 121.75, 121.45, and again down here at 120.89. So if you're trading NVIDIA today, those are areas to the upside and to the downside. And y'all know I say so often in the market, anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. Once it goes against your why, get out and live to trade another day, right? So we're looking at AMD. AMD closed at $99.86. It looks like we're trading in this little gathering spot. I'm gonna see if I can mark that, because support is around this $100.86. Resistance, we can say it is around the 101.23. However, we came up to this ATR trail and stop only to get rejected around the 101.61 area. Let me make sure. Yes, 101.60 area. We definitely need to watch that because we had trouble in this area before. Because we've come down, we could possibly break through it, although it has been trouble before. So I will watch AMD above the 101.60. If we should break that area, just know 102.26, again at 102.80. And if we should break that, the 200 EMA as of now is at the 103.22. Breaking that level, we can possibly have trouble again at 103.68. So if you're trading AMD today, these are areas to the upside or resistance areas. Now back to the downside, under $100.86, we can come back and find support around the $100.49. And if we should break that, I would watch the $100.14. And breaking that level, we can come back to 98.84, which kind of puts us back in the range of where we closed. So under 98.84, I would watch, support around 99.52. And if we should break that 99.52 for AMD, 99.19 will be a support place, could be a support place, let's say that, right? So under the 99.19 or 99.18 area, 98.69 is within reach, or 98.66 is within reach. So if you're trading AMD today, these are areas to the upside and to the downside. And y'all know I say so often in the market, anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. Let's look at Meta today just to see where we are. And it looks as if we closed at 668.20. We've made a high of 674. So as of now, this, I would say, we could have been trading in a zone. Basically, I would say support could possibly be around the 669.41, resistance around the 673.45, breaking the 673.45, 674.60 is within reach, and again here at 675.90. So those are areas, I will, if we break the 675.90 for Meta, we can come back to 681.46, and yes, there is a gap, we can possibly get stopped out in between that. So if we should break that, 674 let's say 675.90 area, 681.46, and again here at 682.86. Those are areas I will watch for Meta as of now. Now we have a lot of support places to the downside, so it looks like we're getting rejected here, but this candle has not closed, so we have to be careful, right? So under 669.41, we can find support here at 667.38, which is a lot of support in my opinion. ATR trailing stop 50 EMA and a previous support line, so I will watch Meta under 667.46. Breaking that, we can come back to 665.79, and if we should break that 662.82, if we break that level, we could possibly come back to 659.89. There's a lot of support in this area for Meta, from that 659.89 area down to the 657.64, and if we should break that, 655.22 could possibly be a support place, and as you can see, we've been at this place here, so I would watch that 655.22 if we should break that ATR trailing stop. Just my opinion, right? So again, anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. Let's see, we do have a few inside day candles for today, and TDOC was one of those, and if it break above the level of 962, we have an upside target of, let's say, $10.05, and under $8.99 downside target was $8.80. So if you're trading TDOC today, those are areas, or Teledoc, those are areas that I would watch as an inside day candle. Normally when I look at inside day candles, I look at them to give me a possible price range target type. Many people trade it differently. So again, UAL is an inside day candle. If by chance we break above 94.91, I have an upside target for UAL at $97.80. If by chance it break under $92.20, I have a downside target for UAL at $91.53. It is an inside day candle today, so I say trade carefully. I want to look at Mara because Bitcoin has been moving. It's so interesting to see Mara back at this area. We closed at 1392, so guess what? It is going to gap up today. It looks interesting, to see us back at this place so soon. However, anything is possible. So as of right now, support is at 1533. If we should break that level, 1518, again at 1505, breaking that can bring us back to this ATR trailing stop at 1496. There's a few layers of support under that 1496. I would watch around the 1479. If we break that level around the 1470, could be a support place for us. Now this is back to the downside under the 1470, 1434, and again back in this zone of 1399, which is not far from our 200 EMA at the 1396. So I would watch that area breaking the 1396. We could possibly still have support around the 1384 area. Now back to the upside. If by chance we break back above 1553 for Mara, we could very well find resistance around 1574. Breaking that level, I would watch the 1601, and if we break that 1601, we can continue to 1616, but there's a lot of layers from 1616, 1633, and then 1649. Those are areas that we could possibly get rejected. So Mara is moving because Bitcoin jumped, bounced. So that's something to be mindful of. If you're trading Mara today, I would say trade carefully. We have gap to the upside, which creates a downside gap. Not saying that can be filled today or will be filled today. That's why it's so important to look at your charts and trade what you see. I say that so often, right? So let's see. We had another inside day candle. Let's look at Netflix today. Netflix closed at 980.56. I like Netflix. It just moves like Tesla, in my opinion. It just moves differently. So as of now, our support was around this 200 EMA, around the 984.67. We broke through that at 990.28, which was the level that we had marked, only to try to come back to the high of 993.70. And I have the 994.58 mark. So if we break the 993.70, 994.58 could be a resistance for Netflix. So if you're trading that, just be careful. What's interesting is how it's moving now. We could very well, the ATR trailing stop is forming down here at the 982.44. So I would be careful with Netflix. 982.44. If we break that level, we can come back to 977.55, and under the 977.55, 973. 83 could possibly be a trouble place for us. What's interesting is, we've already gapped up a little. 980.56 made a high of 993.70, so that creates a gap to the downside. Again, may not happen today. Just know anything is possible, right? So these are some of the things that I see when I look at the market, y'all. There are so many ways to trade the market, and what's interesting or challenging sometimes is finding out what works best for you and having the discipline to execute your plan. So I hope that everyone have a very profitable day, a very productive day today. Again, if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.